So, Repentance Plus is here. Now you can finally stop playing with yourself. Hello, it is I, Tyrone. Is that on screen? Yep. As promised, the new Repentance Plus free DLC update is here today, now. You'll need all the previous DLC to run it. I mean, it is called Repentance Plus, so that makes a lot of sense. Welcome, V-Dude, to the stream. Good to have you here for the first time. This is a full featured release, but we're calling it a beta still. Interesting choice, but okay. Because we're still looking to refine things and squash any remaining bugs. You can do your part and help us by reporting any bugs, desyncs, or crashes to Isaac at Nicalis with the subject line hashtag Repentance Plus Beta v1.9.7.4. Okay, fair. So there's a screenshot from what the screen looks like. I mean, we've seen this before in the beta. Please include the version number in the subject line and be as detailed as possible when describing the issue. An example of a bad bug report would be I crashed when fighting Monstro. Yeah, okay, we don't need this. If you played Isaac Online Alpha in January, you already know how some of the online stuff works, but a lot more features have been added since then, including support for all game modes. Lots of filtering options when creating a searching for an online filtering options. And a new emote wheel, press the left alt key or click the right stick on a controller to access it. We even added separate group leaderboards for online daily runs. Okay. And that ain't all. Look for lots of balancing adjustments and item upgrades. All buffs that'll turn some of your least favorite items into some of your new favorites. I doubt that part, but I'm excited for buffs. Details in the changelog below. Also some commonly asked questions below. Edmund calls them CAQ. Rhymes with Ipecac. What? Commonly asked questions. What? Whatever. We're going to have lots of fun playing Isaac Online together. You don't know that. You don't know the Rage Lord that is problem. Oh, cack. Okay, thanks, chat. We're going to have lots of fun playing Isaac Online together. See you in the basement. You don't know that. I'm a Rage Lord. I probably won't have. No, that's not true. What can I do online? Okay, we already know most of these things. Let me just skim over that and see if there's anything we don't know yet. Really, what can I do online? What you do online is between you and your webcam. Can I earn achievements playing online? Yes. Okay, I don't need more than that. Are there things in online play that don't appear in solo play? Online play has a few differences from solo play. Defeated bosses will drop an item for each player in the match. If a match is joined in progress, the new player will be granted several items to catch up based on how far along the run is. Okay, players can spend coins at the revive machine in the starting room for each floor to bring back dead players. Be warned, however, that the cost goes up each time. Okay, just don't die. Easy. Do I need the online achievements to unlock Dead God? If you have not yet completed your Dead God file, you will need the online achievements. Oh, okay. I don't like that choice, but it certainly is one you can make. Can I play with mods online? No, I mean, that makes sense. That makes sense. I mean, like, if you want to play online, everyone needs to play the same version, right? Like, how are you going to make sure everyone in your random online lobby has the exact same set of mods installed? That being said, I might actually have to turn off mine before we before we play. Where are my mods? Yeah. Did anything change in solo play? Yes. There are many item improvements and reworks. Okay. What if I desync or find a bug? Yeah, we know that. There's another screenshot. Changelog. All right, that's the thing I was looking for. We'll see if Probs actually knows the game. And nowadays I do. At this point, the extended item descriptions, the external item descriptions is only on there for you. Item changes. Tammy's head. Reduce the duration of the animation when using Tammy's head, allowing Isaac to fire more quickly after use. Fantastic change. I've always hated how much Isaac stands there like that. For how long he does that after firing Tammy's head. Excellent. Excuse me. Excellent change. Lemon Mishap, slightly increased the size of the puddle. Also, the puddle will now persist until Isaac exits the room. Good change. Mega Bean creates a catastrophic fart that sweeps the entire room. Oh wow, that's nice. I also read on my Discord, that's one that I was unfortunately spoiled on, that you can apparently use that now to open the hush door and the boss rush. Interesting for my Eden roulette. Very interesting. Milk. Milk was a perfectly fine item. How the F did they buff that? The familiar now follows closely behind Isaac and blocks shots. After 10 hits, the glass will break and give Isaac a tears upgrade for the... Wow, that's... For the remainder of the floor? Dude, that item is nuts. That is so good. Okay, Milk... Milk got some love. That's an item. Oh my god. Alright, Milk is good now. Deliria. Summoned bosses will now persist through rooms. Only one boss can be active at a time. The charge is now variable based on the quality of the previously summoned boss. Okay, really curious to see what qualities they have assigned to different bosses. Jar of Wisps is one that I read. Actually, Edmund tweeted about this. Reduced to a 6-room charge. Absolutely fair. Like, it was a 12-room charge, and that was just way too slow with how it stacked, giving you 1 flame, then 2, then 3, then 4. And considering the earliest you can realistically find it is Caves 1, like, that is absolutely fair. Abyss. Item quality now impacts the damage of the summoned Locust. Locusts now inherit many different effects based on the item destroyed by Abyss. Okay, that's what they originally planned with it, and I'm glad this is finally here. There's going to be some extensive testing once I find that item. Flip. Charge has been reduced to 4 rooms for Tainted Lazarus only. Fair. Portable slot. Removed from the shop pool, added as a possible reward from slot machine. I mean, that's more of a flavor thing, but it makes sense. It also basically means that I'm never going to see this thing again. So yeah, I don't know. Void. The charge has been reduced from 6 rooms to 4. Do I need to tell you what I think about that? I could go on a long rant about how I think that Void did not need a buff, but for all you YouTube folks, I just let you know that I did a challenge run where I tried to see if you can beat the game by only voiding items. And I'm gonna link that in the video description, and you can check for yourself. And then decide for yourself if Void needed a buff. Epiphora. The tears upgrade from firing in a single direction is now a smooth increase instead of being staggered every few seconds. I think that makes sense. It's more of a flavor thing, but it also means that the slightest bit of firing in the same direction is going to be profitable. So that's a good change. Wow, have I actually found any of these bad now? I mean, I thought Void... I have my opinions on Void, but like everything so far not only is like reasonable, but it also like makes sense. God's Flesh. Doubled the chance of shrinking tears firing. Shrunken enemies now briefly flash white before growing back to full size. Enemies that explode, fire shots, or summon minions on death can no longer hurt Isaac if they're killed while shrunken. Okay, that last one is big. Because of that last one, you could basically never stomp champion enemies and stuff like that. So with that being fixed, God's Flesh might actually have some applications now. Hashi. While held in place, Hashi now fires radial bursts of shots. That's going to be very confusing at first, but that seems decent. It hurts, did not need a buff. After taking damage, Isaac's tears will now leave behind small pools of blood creep for the room. I mean, that's not a massive buff, but I don't think that was necessary. It hurts was a great item already. Mars. In addition to being invulnerable when charging, Isaac will gain a 1-second bubble of invulnerability after charge. Hitting obstacles also causes a knockback effect to clear any threats from the surrounding area. Mars buff, and we now have an invincibility dash. I mean, iframes are always great. Evil Charm. What is Evil Charm? Oh, that really weird secret room item that makes you immune to a bunch of statuses that you almost never encounter anyway. Isaac now gains immunity to spiderweb slowdown, flame attacks, fireplaces, and poison mushrooms. Isaac can now stand in enemy creep for 1 second before taking... Oh, wow, that's good. Evil Charm now does something. That's great. Vasculitis. Friendly radial shots fired after killing an enemy will now appear as blood clots to more easily distinguish... Oh, God, I love you. Oh, I never asked for this, but I always complained about how vasculitis throws me off. Little portal has been completely reworked. Great, because it was ass. Double tapping a fire button is now required to launch little portal. After it has consumed enough items and the room is clear, a single portal will spawn and the familiar will now disappear for the remainder of the floor. Entering this portal now takes Isaac to a room where he can pick up or drop off items. This room persists through the rest of the current run? Okay, oh, I need to see this. That sounds interesting. Drop off items, dude. Little portal can now save you from like a from a missing node start or something like that. Linger bean. The fart cloud is now deployed after 4 seconds of continuous fire instead of 7 seconds. The cloud starts small and potent and will grow and deal reduced damage over the course of 10 seconds. Okay. Jupiter now heals 2 red hearts instead of just a half. Props for trying. Is this still on screen? Yeah. Okay. Butterbean recharge time has been reduced from 3 seconds to 2. Fair. The bean can now be reused after a 4-second cooldown instead of a room charge. Fair. Kidney bean. Man, they really love beans in this update. Kidney bean can now be reused after a 4-second cooldown instead of a room charge. Deadbird will remain active between rooms as long as the player is at half a heart. Eve requires a full heart. Okay, that's actually kind of sick. I mean, you don't really want to go like... You don't really want to go like the half a heart to like proc Deadbird, right? But I mean, when it's there, it's gonna help. Data miner. Using data miner in a room with an item pedestal will now reroll it into a glitched item. Okay, we can have a lot of fun with that, but I mean, I don't know. Fixes. Bomb rocks can now create bridges across chasms, right? Okay. Fix the bug where Tech 2 and Mom's Eye could cause backwards firing shots to do excessive damage. I didn't even know that was a bug. Fair. Fix an issue with the D4 unintentionally being able to force all items in a particular pool to roll. Wait, what? Fix an issue with the D4 unintentionally being able to force all items in a particular pool to reroll. I don't know what that means. That's one of the things that probably didn't behave as intended, but you never noticed. Parasitoid egg sacs can now be created from technology shots and brimstone beans. Never paid attention to that, but parasitoid getting fixed is nice because that item is also nuts. When picking up cards, pills, runes with tainted characters who carry eternal items, though that's what they're called, eternal items. The consumable is now placed behind the item and can be manually selected, avoiding unintentional uses. The tick trinket can now be removed by picking up the lighter trinket. Can you remove a tick with a lighter? Can you do that? Like IRL? Because the reason you can use the matchstick is because that's apparently a way to IRL remove a tick. Oh well. The 404 trinket now shows which trinket it is emulating. I mean, that's nice. Oops. You're not supposed to, it's less sanitary. I mean, it's not like Isaac cares about that. It makes them vomit and let go. So that bile goes right into your mouth. No. Well, I mean, I guess it's thematically fitting for Isaac then. The short fuse trinket now makes bombs deal 15% more damage. That's okay. The number of hits required to make the tonsil trinket create a familiar has been reduced from 12 to 20 to 6 to 12. That's a reasonable buff. Tonsil is the one that's like, if you get hit by an explosion 12 to 20 times, right? I mean, this still ain't happening, but it's at least a bit more. I honestly feel like that number should be like 2 to 4 or something like that. And even then I'd be hard pressed to actually try and crack it. Increase the chances of the wishbone and bag lunch trinkets spawning. Oh no, man. I've never gotten an item from those. I wanted to do that on the old likelihood, man. They probably only buffed it to like 3 or 4 if I had to guess, but still, I wanted to hit the 2% wishbone. Little Delirium now contributes to the conjoined transformation. Fair. Once it's been unlocked, the void portal now guaranteed after defeating the... Wait. Oh, good lord. Bro, we are... Hold up. I mean, that's a huge buff for my Eden Roulette rules in particular. Every time I miss the boss rush. Like, let's say I have Lamb boss rush now. I miss boss rush. I can just go to Lamb and be guaranteed the portal to go to Delirium. We need a... I need to rework the wheel. I need to rethink the wheel. Added several new Eden hairstyles. I mean, look, I'm not much for like hairstyles and stuff, but as someone who plays pretty much exclusively Eden these days, I'm okay with that. Fixed Hush attacking more aggressively than intended when that was a bug. Look, dude, I've been preaching this for like the last half year or so. All I want is for Hush to never do the purple tier attack in conjunction with anything else. That's all I want from Hush. But hey, if he gets a bit easier, that's fine. But what we really need is that he doesn't do the big movement restrictive attack together with other attacks. Because I don't want to be forced to stand still when a horde of blue dudes is running at me. Like, that's just not great. Fixed pay to play challenge, incorrectly requiring Mr. Mega to be unlocked. Okay, didn't know that was a thing. Fair. Removed E. coli from the Scatman challenge as it made the player virtually invincible. Fixed enemy tier projectiles not having the same collision size as blood. I did not know that was a thing. Fair enough. Fixed being able to reroll some enemies that shouldn't be... Wait, being able to reroll some enemies that shouldn't be rerollable, i.e. Eternal Flies, evolved with Blood Puppies, and Rag Mega's purple light beam attack. Okay, didn't know that was a thing either. So Lamp plus Delirium, Blue Baby plus I'm not gonna put Delirium on the wheel 4 times. Like, come on. Reverted Flesh Death Head's base HP from 30 back to its original. Flesh Death Head. EF is that. Oh, it's the bone dudes that fly diagonal. Wait, why do they need to have HP and why do they need to have more? Oh no, the flesh heads, those are the red ones. I see, not the bony ones. Oh, okay, that's a bit mean, but sure. And again, they're womb bosses. Increase the shadow size of old Rugreed's coins to make them easier to see when falling. That's not an issue. The issue is whenever he doesn't roll 3 of the same and the coins fall in random locations and you don't have time to react. But hey, I mean, that's okay. Old Rugreed's coins can now be devolved into coin pickups using the D10. That's hilarious. I need to try that at some point. Stone Eyes now do a full turn before they start firing their laser. This prevents some unfair damage scenarios when entering a room from the bottom door. Stone Eyes. Which are those? Grimace, Triple Grimace, Gaping Maw, Broken Maw. Where's Stone Eyes? Stone Eyes. Oh, these guys. I see. The ones in Sheol. I see. Okay, where were we? There. Fixed shell games showing an outdated sprite when the price is Scatoli. I didn't notice that was a thing, but fair. Added Skeleton Key, Best Bud, Angry Fly, and Sharp Key to the Key Beggar's prize pool. I mean, that Best Bud and Angry Fly? Why? I mean, I get Skeleton Key and Sharp Key, and I think that's a very good change, but I mean, this in particular is insane. Like, that makes spending keys on a key beggar an actual valid gamble. Fix several items that were missing from Greed Mode's item pools. Okay. Added several baby familiars to the baby shop pool, which were previously missing, and removed Sacrificial Dagger. Oh, baby shop pool took a big hit. I mean, it makes sense. It's not a baby, but... Fixed guppy transformation not granting flight when obtained from kids drawing. That's a thing? Okay. Fixed candy heart and soul lock and not updating stats when dropped and picked back up. Okay. Adjusted the price of several items in the stairway shop. Okay, I'm gonna need to see what happens there. Lowered the devil price of ocular... What? Okay. Ocular rift is now 1 heart, boys. That's pretty great. I mean, this is pretty much an instant take for me all the time anyway. I feel like this item is another victim of people not taking it, because boy, this item is good. And it's absolutely worth the 2 hearts. So if it costs 1 heart now, absolutely fine. Lowered the shop price of D12 and pause in greed mode. I am never touching this item again, and everyone who's been watching my videos knows why. So I don't care. Fixed D infinity displaying the wrong number of charges when first picked up. Okay. Fixed death's list sanguine bond and member card not working with tainted Lazarus when held by his inactive form. I didn't know that was a thing, but good fix. Made Goathead, D7, Pokego, Child's Heart, Mom's Pearl, Black Lipsticks, and Bible Tract unobtainable in greed mode. Yeah, that's fair. Made the Amnesia and question mark pills unobtainable in greed mode. Also fair. Fixed Bird's Eye, Q-Baby, Pokego, and Blood Puppy not being summonable by Lemageddon. Didn't know that was a thing. I wish it still wasn't a thing. Fixed several familiars not being summonable by Monster Manuel. Fair. Lowered the mimic charge of Soul of Judas from 3 to 2. The mimic charge. Oh, yeah. Okay, got it. From 3 to 2. So when you have like Rune Mimic, Soul of Judas is a 2-room charge. Lowered Mimic charge from Hematemesis from 6 to 4. You can do some really fun stuff with that, but you probably never will. Increase the Mimic charge from Tower question mark from 3 to 4. What? They said only buffs! Lies! No, that's fair. Like, honestly, it could be a 6-room charge, it would be fine. Increase the health and damage of wisps. Spawned when using Mega Blast and Delirious with the Book of Virtues. I mean, honestly, I feel like any wisp that gets created by a one-time use item should just be immortal, personally. But I guess this is fair. Like, come on, I just wasted my Mega Blast. You're gonna give me some lame-ass wisp that's done in like 3 rooms? Come on. Made adjustments to several unfair rooms, oddly configured rooms, and that would be very rarely spawn, and added several new rooms. Okay, come on, how many times am I gonna close this on accident? I'm sorry. I'm gonna be cautiously optimistic. I'm gonna be cautiously optimistic about that one. Mega Blast is not one use. Oh, I was thinking of Mama Mega. Right. Sorry, I messed up there. Right, that's because they're 12 room charges. Yeah, I mean, that's fair then, that they have more. I was thinking of Mama Mega. So what I said, I still stand by that, like, one use item should give you immortal wisps, but that's completely unrelated to this point. My bad. Yeah, I'm curious, because this is not the first time in the history of this game's lifespan that I heard the sentence, "We fixed unavoidable damage." So I'll only believe it when I see it. But obviously I'm always happy to read it. Added a small amount of boss armor to Blue Baby, the Lamb, and Mother. Why? Literally, why? Then again, Ultra Greedier in a second form has a teeny tiny amount of boss armor and is actually fine. I don't like this, but I won't judge them for it until I've tested it. So yeah. Why are you still reading? Go play with yourself and or your friend. Go play with yourself? I thought you didn't care what I did online. Anyway, that was it. Let me know in the comments on YouTube what you think about this update. What is your favorite part of it? What don't you like? And I'll see you next time.